We're both half. Okay.
I know. Hi. Now look over here. Hi. 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 Sister Irene and I. How are you going to fix this? Let me put my camera over. Come on in, Haji Tribe. We're in portals today. We have two phones going, and so we're trying to make it so we both could look like we're in one phone. Let's see if this works. We are brilliant. Oh my gosh, we should be taking a picture of this right now.
I have another phone somewhere.
I know.
Oh, here it is.
You should. It's going to be great. Well, people are gathering. Hi, Tribe.
I haven't gone live in a long time. I don't know if anyone's...
Sista Shamon here. Sister Tachia, Irene here. We're going to take a picture of ourselves while we're gathering. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Surprise! Are you all surprised? We surprised too. We decided that Spirit has been playing in our ears the past couple days as we've been practically practicing a whole lot of things. Practically practicing being sisters, practically practicing our healing modalities and tools, practically practicing the astrology that is coming out in everybody and came out in us.
Yes, it did. I wasn't really paying attention. I knew Pluto was going retrograde, but I hadn't really, figured out how it would show up.
And it was really, really interesting because I knew some things were showing up. And so we've been talking about it all in Tribe to just be ready as Spirit, these portals for us to stand in our true authenticity, and that the people, places, and things around us, they're going to stand in their true authenticity too. And then what is the thing? Are we able to stand together and flow together? Or are we going to be our old selves where we think we can't be together or along if we don't think exactly the same way, right? And so we got to work through all of these different things, which expanded our relationship. Then it started to expand our practice. Then it expanded our consciousness, and Spirit gave us a beautiful ceremony that Spirit wants to do with us tomorrow morning of all things, right? Because tomorrow is
May Day.
So we're going to let Sister explain to you what May Day is. And no matter what you know about May Day or may have thought about May Day, just throw all that out your mind. None of that matters. Just listen to what we're telling you today. And you're just going to love this. Go right ahead.
All right. So May Day is the middle of spring. And in some cultures, it's known as Beltane. Mm-hmm. And it's the middle of spring, and it's one of the 8 points on the wheel of life, or the wheel of the year. And we've got this medicine wheel that we came up with that came through us. And so you may be familiar with the equinox, the spring equinox, the fall equinox, the summer solstice, and the winter solstice. But then also in between we have Candlemas, which is the middle of winter, May Day, the middle of spring, Lugnasad or Sirius Rising is the middle of summer, and then All Saints Day or Halloween is the middle of fall. And so we've been studying this I've been studying this for a long time, the mid seasons, and I was telling Sista Shamon and I can't keep up with the moons all the time, but I could keep up with the wheel of the 8 points on the wheel of life. And so then we were also talking about the medicine wheel from the Lakota, which has the indigenous people of the 4 directions. So, you consider them as races, but there's only one race, the human race. But we have the indigenous people to the north, which is associated with the Europeans. The indigenous people to the east are the Asian or Indian Oriental. Indigenous people to the south, considered the black people, Africans, and the indigenous people to the west is considered the red. And each one of these represents a aspect of our being: body, mind, soul, spirit, the season, spring, summer, fall, winter, and the 4 aspects of being: mind. Well, I did that: body, mind, soul, spirit, and then what is the other one? Oh, and then the air, the elements: fire, air, water, earth. And then we also we're looking at how the chakras would line up to this. And then that's when I was like, well, we can't just have it be in a circle. It's got to be a spiral, because I've been doing the spiral dance. And so we were trying to figure out the chakras. That's okay. It's a chakra. So if we start with the first chakra being here in spring, that'll take us all the way around to 7. But the 8th one would be where the spiral moves up, the Ascension. And that's what came through yesterday. I've been studying this for like 30 years. And so yesterday is when it came through. The other thing I wanted to share is the indigenous people that have something similar to this. The Quechua, the indigenous people of Peru, the ancestors of the Inca. In their village, they have a central point, a marker, which represents the sun. And then around the central part, all the houses and the different villages and tribes are arranged. And at different points along the wheel, that's like this family would have the festival this time of the year, and this family would have the festival at their place this time of the year. And then also, in addition to that, there's a river that crosses through the center, and then a road that crosses through. And the river matches up to the Milky Way galaxy, and the road is the ecliptic. And so they have ceremonies when those correspond. Okay, you can put it down now. So that's the type of work that we're going to be exploring together. And we're starting tomorrow for May Day at sunrise. And the other thing we talked about with May Day is it's the union of the opposites, like night and day, spring and fall, death and life,
divine masculine, divine feminine. Let me jump in here real quick. So now we're going to remember, tribe, that we've been working in our meditations in our circles all last year about different things about spirituality. And this same time last year, we were working where Spirit gave us what? Union. And so we've been exploring this union of our divine masculine and feminine principles and all of us coming together, right? And so this is coming back up again. And at that time, I didn't know this information like she knows this information and has been sharing with me now, and did a whole lesson on a medicine wheel just like this. And then Spirit came in while she was doing this with this, reminding us that this portal this weekend is all about the divine feminine belly dancing goddess, that whole kundalini thing, which is being opened at this time of this full pink flower moon. If you talk about both the astrologies, the Scorpio, the deep dive in the emotion, and then the Libra to balance.
Virgo.
And now we're rolling into this whole Virgo. And what is this all about? They're like, what is this all about? What this is all about is the coming together of all of our consciousness, that we are not separate based on races, that there's only one human race. And all of our authentic, true self stories are coming up for us all to stand in, not because we're different and apart, to see that we're more alike than we're different, and that the same thing, Spirit, the oneness, is working itself out and through all of us to understand that.
Another thing we that came through is with the spiral was the electromagnetic coil, because you don't want to just repeat. You want the spiral, and the spiral moves. It moves forward, and so while the spiral is spiraling, then there's a current that's going through the spiral, and that's what this diagram also represents, because when you're looking at it, you're representing the force that's moving forward while the wheel of life is spiraling forward. And so we're going to be focusing on the spiral dance. At least that's what I'm going to be focusing on tomorrow. And with the sound healing instruments, moving in the spiral and moving the energy forward. And that's what I'm going to be offering.
And in the essence of all things of energy, of anything, how anything is manifest, however we see it, it's all about the energy moves in a spiral. This is why we are sovereign and everything happens from the inside out. And this morning with Grounded with Gaia, Spirit turned us into a human transformer before I even came here, and Spirit worked this out through us. So what we wanted to come on to kind of explain what is going on, because tomorrow we're going to be at the lakefront and we're going to do ceremony, and it's going to be basically quiet. We're not going to explain this, and we're going to go. We're going really early, and we're setting up the portal. Since the flower moon, the new season, the spiraling up and down, we're creating this out of flowers all around the fire pit. And then we're going to have the fire pit, and Sister's going to have the chimes and the spirals and the da-da-da, and I'm going to have the Reiki with the spirals. And then we're activating these 8 points. They all correspond with all of y'all's chakras. So every time we go through a point on the lake and we're lining up our grid with the lake grid, you're going to feel it in your chakra. And what's going to happen is anything that doesn't serve you, it's going to energetically just be totally wiped out. And the new seed is going to come forth, right? And you'll know what that is. So if you join us in the morning, when you feel this, you'll get these revelations, and then you'll start to journal, and then maybe you'll come to class and let it unfold and unfurl, okay? And then also, as Sister was talking about these grids and things, tomorrow is the soft opening for Haji, right? And so I did a little shamanic digging, Spirit had me do, and there is a ley line direct from the fire pit where we're going to be at that runs all the way to, let's get the numbers of Haji, 4446.
Wow.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. They're like, why are we wowing? Because 4 is the number for stability. 4 is the number for miracles and angels.
Wow.
And 4 tomorrow is the portal gateway opening up, because the ancestors walk. You cannot make this up. So,
and what else? One more thing is also we were talking about the Pluto and relationships, and at the horoscope system, we were talking about Asar and how Asar was dismembered and put back together, made whole again through the divine intuition. So we're also, those are some of the chimes that I'll be using tomorrow, in addition to the ones for May Day.
So the whole point is we're going around these 8 points, which correspond astrologically, which correspond in the earth, which corresponds in our bodies, which correspond with your chakras, which corresponds with the music that's going to be resonating out with the chimes.
And the indigenous people of the 4 directions.
Exactly. Pulling all of us together with all of our, because all of us have this. All of us somewhere, even if you got this much, okay? We all got all of this, because that's the only way. We, all of us here, we are in the leadership. We are seeding the pathway for oneness in humanity. Is it going to take a couple hundred years? Yes. But we are already the ancestors. Do this for the world, for yourself, right?
Right. I want one more thing I wanted to add about the medicine wheel with the Hopi prophecies. They say that the people of the 4 directions that in the past were one, and then, you know, due to different reasons, we were split onto these 4 different nations. And that in this time, the people of the 4 directions, we all went in different directions to gather different knowledge and wisdom. And in this time of the 3rd shaking of the earth, we're all supposed to come together and share what we've learned from these directions. And that's the only time that we'll have truth, is when we put all the pieces together. Right now, people are saying that theirs is this and theirs is this, right, and this is that, and all of it's missing each other, and we have to put it all together. So
everybody is important in the divine tapestry. One soul not taken in by the whole community leaves a tear in the tapestry. Okay. The oracle we're using is, what is this?
Sybil's Oraculum.
Thank you. I knew she would pronounce it correctly because, you know, a dyslexic shaman can just tear up some words. And I am who I am, right? So this is the oracle we're using. So let's everybody just breathe in deep. Let's put our left hand, our divine feminine principle, on our heart, and our right hand, our divine masculine principle, on our third chakra and second chakra. And just breathe in deeply. And right away, just connecting that energy between those two chakras and in between your hands. And as you breathe out, feel these energies come together. Breathe in again. And now glide your hands and switch. Place the divine feminine hand, left side, on the masculine chakra. And allow your masculine to cover your heart. Breathing in deeply. Ancestors, source of all there is, right now, right now, right now, right now. We come giving you praise, honor, and thanksgiving as we stand receptive to receive your message of divine oneness and unity for all of us during this sacred May Day celebration.
Ashe.
Ashe.
And find ascension.
Wow.
Here we go.
Okay.
Should I show the cards?
Yes, you help me. First card. Defense. When we resonate that we have everything that is required within us, each and every one of us, there will be no reason for defense. Spirit says you don't have to defend who you are when you be. This card speaks of where do we think we are holding our defense, protecting what we think we have or are, when in actuality we are keeping out our brilliance, which is meant to be shared with the world. What makes you go, what you defensive about? Where in your life, when somebody says to you, oh, I love that dress, but you hear, oh, I love that dress. Defensiveness. We're dropping the defenses, Spirit says. Why? Measurement. Because we all measuring with the wrong stick. We all measuring with a human measuring stick. Mm-hmm. And as long as you measure with the human measuring stick, no other human will measure up. When you measure with the measuring stick of the universe, no one has to measure up because it's boundless and endless. There are no numbers. It just is isness. And so what is all of our understanding and Spirit's going to help us all going to produce? Transformation, baby. The universe is as instant as you are. The universe is as instant as we are. All we have to do is agree. And where two or more are gathered, there I am in the midst. That's why it says, touch and agree. When we touch with this Reiki energy light, it does this. I think that's pretty good. What do you think? Are we complete? They say we going to be complete tomorrow.
All right. So we're going to stream this live. And if you're following me on TikTok, you're aware that tomorrow we're having a blackout. So I will be going live on Instagram, and I will post the replay for you on May 2nd. So if you want to see us live, you have to go to either Sista Shamon live on Instagram or Tachia Ahmet on Instagram, because I won't be going live on TikTok tomorrow.
And it'll be about 6 a.m. around 6 a.m. ish. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, tribe. We love you. Join in and let's begin right now changing the world. All
We're
right.
gonna spiral into our ascension. Yes.
Yes. Whole lot of spiraling going on. All right.
Okay.
We love you.
Yes, much love. Thank
Love
you
and
for
light.
joining in. Peace.
Peace.